Hey everyone, we're TowawayCouple. I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, the keeper of the wallet.
And we're here at Dan's Hitch today, and we want to just talk to you about what Dan's Hitch provides that a lot of other places doesn't provide.
You mean besides top-notch quality service?
That's going a little overboard, I think. No, we don't work here, so yes, we do promote, we do recommend Dan's service to everybody. A lot of people will say, well, getting an appointment is weeks out because they didn't do their due diligence. But I equate Dan's Hitch like fine dining. You can go to walk into any fast food and get served right then and there. But if you want quality, you might have to wait a little because everybody wants quality.
Right, and also when they tell you that you're going to be done at a certain time or a certain day, you're going to be done and you're going to be ready to roll.
Yeah, so if any one of them at Dan's Hitch says your equipment will be done that day, you can put money on it, it will be done that day.
And to the best of their ability, which is phenomenal.
So we're going to take you inside and show you what all Dan's Hitch has to offer you when you come into Elkhart, Indiana for your orientation.
Come on in.
Come on in. Okay, so we started out front and kind of got the look of the outside of Dan's Hitch. We are now just coming in the front doors, and this is your entryway into Dan's Hitch.
I like to call it the magic shop.
The magic shop.
Because magically I can always find something I need in here.
And you can't really see what's behind the camera on that wall or what's on that wall or even farther, but there's bays that go for days.
Yes.
Bays that go for days.
But if you're looking for anything that has to do with towing or hitches, you're definitely going to find it here.
Yep, so we're going to start going around the store a little bit just to kind of give you a small glimpse of what they have to offer. So bear with us and let's walk the store. Okay, so right when you walk in the door, the first thing that's going to hit you is your receiver pins, your locking pins for your receiver and your stingers, as well as some oils and everything. But we also see over here the license plate bungee cords. Yes. So a lot of people will zip tie. They also have some zip ties here, but the license plate bungee cords is typically what you're going to see when you see transporters going down the road. One thing I learned in orientation this week was if you run a toy hauler and it has a ladder on one side and an awning on the other, you're required by DOT, I believe it's in Wyoming, to have 2 flashing lights on the front and 2 on the back, so you could see these right here in both nice colors.
And magnetic.
And magnetic, as well as Bunny actually uses one of these. When she does driveway, it's a seat cover for the motorhome because most of these seats are coming out
like a cream
or a white or a very light color.
Yeah, and some of them are fabric, and if you get hot and you sweat.
Well, plus obviously the dealers are going to say, well, the driver was sitting in that seat. So we do recommend having a seat cover doing drive-away, so definitely come in here for drive-away stuff as well. We're going to take you that way and show you some of the other stuff. Okay, so over on this little section of the wall, it's as you come in the door and it's to your right, is all their towing equipment for tow cars. They call them toads. And we're going to be coming in here because we're going to be driving 2 trucks. So we're going to set up the black Ram for towing behind the dually, so when we dispatch out, we could pull one back. So they got your blue boxes, they got your brake boxes, and Dan's Hitch also does the wiring, and they can utilize the braking system on your truck. So I got to get with them. I don't have pricing, but if you're interested in doing 2 trucks, contact Dan's and see what it would take to make 1 truck towable, so you don't put the wear and tear and the miles on your odometer.
And your fuel cost.
And the fuel cost is cut down. So there are many benefits for pulling a truck. All right, so we're going to take you this way where all the fuel tanks are. We're in my area.
You are. Tom has a fuel tank fetish.
I have a fuel tank and toolbox fetish.
You do.
All right, so we're going to be doing a video specifically on fuel tanks, toolboxes, combo toolbox fuel tanks here the next video. But I just want to let you know, Dan's Hitch has all the tank sizes. This is just a fraction of what they have on the shelves in the bays. So if you don't see it up here, it doesn't mean they don't have it. It just means they're limited on space in this storefront. It's a big storefront, but still they pack it so full that they can only put so much stuff in here.
And they're big items.
And these are their top selling items. Now, one of the things I will say is we did check around before we really became friends with Dan's Hitch and knowing their quality. We priced around, and these silver tanks at a lot of places come only in silver. Dan's Hitch is the only one that you can get them painted, or in our instances, rhino lined. So we prefer rhino lining over painting because rhino lining doesn't scratch and it has more of a grip surface. So
well, and one of them we did kind of rhino line ourselves.
yeah, we
with
did the
that
shaker
spray
can
paint
because we could only get it in silver.
and it's gotten its wear and tear now.
Yep. So with that said, definitely check with Dan's Hitch on your tanks. Toolboxes are tank toolbox combos. Again, look for the next video. And I know we said this many videos ago, and me get messages all the time. When are you going to do that video? We're going to do it next. So bear with us. We're going to continue walking around the store.
All right, so you've seen our other videos on the Woodhouse DOT legal sleeper berth. And this is why we bought it here.
Yes.
They do sell these and install them. So it does make it DOT compliant, so you can work as team drivers.
Well, we bought it because it's sitting here, and because it's sitting here, I have to spend money on it.
Right, I kept going, Tom, we need this. We need this.
And we bought it.
I'm just as guilty.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what though, it's actually pretty cool. It does take out your speakers and your door panels, and you take out your back seat. This has the back seat, which is nice because it's out of a Ford, but on a Ram, the whole seat comes out, so you got some metal on the back. So you'll have to figure that out on your own. But to make it DOT compliant and legal and team driving, definitely this is your route to go.
We had this paid off in just a few trips.
Yes, I think our first trip paid it off because we didn't make any money. We just said, you know what, all profits go to DOT sleeper berths.
Yeah, but now with driving 2 trucks and pulling one back, we will be able to get back in
30 hours instead of 3 days.
Yes.
So check out the DOT sleeper berth. Okay, so over in this area, this is the far corner of the store from the door, and this is where you're going to find all your tonneau covers, your hard covers, your flip covers. Ours is the one over here. It's the Tuxedo, and it rolls up, but the nice thing is over here at Dan's, they do custom work, just like I talked about on the fuel tanks and the toolboxes. They can cut a flap, and I'll put a picture of that right here of our truck, to where we don't have to open it and expose everything in our bed, especially when it's raining or snowing or thieves around. We can just open the flap, fuel, close, and go.
It's so much more convenient and a lot quicker. Also, you do have running boards over here. They do sell the deer guards.
Yes.
Any type of a step that you need, whatever you're going to need for your vehicle, you're going to find it here.
And because I keep saying custom work, Bunny doesn't know this. They're actually doing a custom front deer brush guard bumper out in the bay right now, specific, and we'll explain that here in just a second.
You're not getting one.
No, but this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool, I will admit. All right, so we're gonna go that way where the rock guards are up on the, way up high on the wall. So to show you what the rock guards are.
There we go.
So up above us, we have the rock guards. Now, they do come in different qualities for every budget. I know I don't have pricing. I won't mention pricing only because prices fluctuate and change. This video may be a year old for all I know. I don't need you going over to Dan saying, he said it was this much a year ago. So you have over here, so the two on the left are pretty much identical, but what they're showing you is they have chrome accents and black diamond plate accents. And then over here on the far right, my left, is the Ultra Guard. The Ultra Guard is the more high quality one, and that one currently has chrome accents with the reflectors. Ours has black diamond plate with the reflectors on our new truck. It looks pretty cool. I'll show a picture of that here too. And one of the things that we've seen other places install, and again, we talk about the quality, and as we said, you can go to any fast food and order food and have it in 5 minutes and walk right up and get it, where other higher end places you might have to wait because of the quality so much better. Again, the quality so much better that when they mount it here, it looks so clean that other places are starting to copy Dan's Hitch.
Well, and it looks like it's actually a part of the truck.
It looks like it's part of the truck.
Now, also, too, if you are watching our videos for RV transport, not all companies require them. So definitely look into the company that you're going to drive for. But let me tell you, even if they don't require them, it saves you a lot of heartache if you've got rock chips on the front of that trailer.
Absolutely. Does it cost on the miles per gallon? It does cost a little bit because it is trapping the wind, but there is a cost. Pros and cons, risk versus reward. So we have them on both of our trucks, even though the current company, Starfleet, that I just signed on to doesn't require them. They only require mud flaps. I'm going to leave them on. There's no reason to take them off.
Nope, been running with them for 2 years now.
Yep, so, all right, let's move on down to the fifth wheel hitches.
All right, so along with your rock guard, you're definitely going to need mud flaps. The great thing here is they are custom made to your truck and with really, really good quality. You can see they frame them out. Now, when we first started, we couldn't get them on in time here, so unfortunately we had to have them done at a different location, and they broke right away. And they don't look good. Well,
and let me explain a little bit. We're not going to touch it because it just fell on Bunny's head. But this metal part, those are just examples. They actually custom build per truck, as Bunny said. They build a metal frame inside your fender well. And then they mount the mud flap to your inner fender well to the metal frame. As she said, we had to have a set immediately. And as much as we love Dan's Hitch, we couldn't get in here as quick as we needed. We needed them done within an hour or two.
Yeah.
So we went to the fast food restaurant. And what do? They don't do the metal frames at all. Yes, they were about 30% cheaper, but what they did was just use self-tapping screws through my plastic wheel well, and that's where Bunny said we had a problem. Had it been done through the metal for 30% more, we would not have had a problem. And I had to have them redo it because half of the self-tapping screws were half out, cocked at an angle. You see my other videos, I'm go big or go home. That means I'm all about quality. And when I don't see quality and I don't like quality, I'll call it out. And I made them redo it, and I fixed it. We have the other truck. The other truck was done here. Our first truck, we kind of retired it, but I am going to bring it back to Dan's Hitch and have them do it properly because it's a single rear wheel. But I want the metal frame in there. I want all that crap out of there and put back in right.
Right, because it's out of retirement.
It's out of retirement. So, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, you might have mud flaps from your dealership, GM, Ford, Ram, whatever your favorite floats your boat. It doesn't matter to us. The problem with the transport companies is they're going to be too high off the ground. You can only be, I believe it's 5 or 6 inches for the rock guard and the mud flaps. Each one has their own definition, and it's also through DOT regulations.
Yes.
So Dan's Hitch puts big mud flaps on. Might make your truck look like an old man truck, but to transport RVs, you got to do it.
Especially on the dually, because the ones that come standard on the dually are not wide enough to cover
both tires. And you don't want rocks flying off. A friend of ours went with his factory mud flaps, and he had rock damage, and they charged him for it because it didn't cover the more outer part of the tire. So anyway, think of that when you come here.
It's better to be safe than sorry.
Right. I won't tell you the pricing because I don't want to scare you, but I also, but more importantly, what we pay today, we don't know when you watch the video. So call Dan's Hitch, they'll give you a quote and you can make an appointment. I recommend make your appointment as soon as you know when your orientation date is. Call them, make your appointment.
Well, my biggest thing is if you're going to invest in yourself. Don't have to pay out $500 or $600 to fix rock chips on something that you're never going to recover.
That you could have had mud flaps half the price for.
Yes.
Installed, quality. So we're going to take you down to the fifth wheel hitches now.
All right, so one of our friends went to an actual RV dealer to buy his fifth wheel hitch for RV transport. They were trying to sell him something that was way above and beyond what he was actually going to need, and two, it wasn't even going to work for him.
And it was twice as much.
And it was twice as much. So if you come down here, they know exactly what you're going to need, what the requirements are going to be, and what's going to fit your particular truck for your needs. So definitely you want to come down here and check out the fifth wheel hitches here.
Okay, so in our short bed Ram, we have the Jayco auto slide. I don't see one here, but I'm sure Dan's can order one if you can't find one on your own.
Or you can buy a used one.
Or you could buy a used one. So they do have pull rights that are auto slide. We don't recommend the pull right because you have to put a capture plate on every fifth wheel for the pull right to work properly. So if you want an auto slide, I would highly recommend the Jayco over the pull right. That's just from personal experience. You can also get the BMW companion hitch. While they do have sliders, manual sliders. If you are experienced, the head could be positioned forward or back, so it gives you a little more turning space, but if without a manual slider, you won't be able to get close to it in the full 90 degrees. So, but the new trailers are kind of designed for this type of hitch.
And that's why I suggested they can buy a used Jayco so we can...
So what she's saying, if you want to buy our used Jayco, and we have the puck system or the rail system, it'll work for either. We'll include everything because we are going to upgrade to the BMW Companion.
Yes.
Now, the nice thing about the BMW Companion hitch is the gears or the capture claws inside are machined as a pair, and they are very, very easy to do. Another thing that Dan's provides that we didn't know existed until we were here. I'm fearful of people stealing. You invest $1,500 in a hitch. What's to stop them from stealing it? And so I lock mine up. Now this hitch is designed for a kingpin, so it goes around the ball, the kingpin. Ours is designed for the Ram puck system. They got a Ford puck system and I believe a Chevy puck system as well. You can set it up for any and all. These handles here are what lifts the head off. Lifting the head off makes it easy to steal. So there's pins that go through here. Just, I don't know where they're at. These are just the chains for the pins. But there's pins. You got one? Nope. That's not it. Goes through here, and there's a cotter pin. What Dan's hitch does is they will drill out those cotter pin holes, and then you can put padlocks in them. Can anything be stolen? Yes, but why make it easy? It just makes it a little harder, but it gives you a little more peace of mind. So I have both sides locked, and I lock all 4 of my pucks on my truck. I got 6 locks on my fifth wheel hitch. Am I paranoid?
You're just safe.
Yes. So another thing they have here is they got lube plates, and we'll show you the lube disc. You'll see a lot of people running around with lube disc. They can weld this on to your companion hitch. There are other hitches that have lube plates. Unfortunately, the Jayco doesn't use a lube plate because your fifth wheel's not actually turning and pivoting on the fifth wheel. Once it goes in, when the fifth wheel turns, it turns the whole head, so you don't need a lube plate for that. But they can install the lube plate. I think it's like $100. I could say that price, give or take a few bucks. BMW, we definitely recommend if you are comfortable pulling. But again, if if you want to buy a used Demco,
Hit us up.
I like my Demco.
I know you like your Demco.
I do. I don't like getting caught in the rain.
And trying to take it out.
Yeah, taking it out, we need an engine hoist. So it's something you put in your truck and not take out.
But so definitely come on down here. Like I said, if you need your fifth wheel hitch, check this out before you buy.
Yes. Now, we're gonna come over here and show you where I got started on my Gen Y purchase. Okay, so
no, this is my area because I am gonna throw you under the bus.
You're gonna throw me
under
the bus?
I am, because this is one of his other fetishes. I think he's probably got each one of these at somewhere in some garage around our house.
I give a bunch to our sons.
I know you did give a bunch to our sons.
But I probably still have 20 of them at home.
Right.
Because it's not that I couldn't go home and find it.
It's just
easier to buy a new one.
Because it's shiny and pretty.
And it's $350.
So he definitely knows his trailer balls and trailer hitches.
But I like my balls.
I'm sure you do.
So I originally, when I got my Gen Y hitch, and you've seen, we did 2 videos on our Gen Y hitch, and we came over to Dan's hitch and we were talking to somebody, and I was looking at this exact display here because we were shuttling trailers. And one of the things we were finding is, as I used my impact, take the 2 5/16 inch ball off to put the 2-inch ball on because of the tiny trailers to impact off, then I was running out of batteries. And I was just pulling my hair out. So I'm like, you know what? I want to come over here so when we shuttle trailers, I can just flip the ball around, just turn it around. And this guy says, I watch your videos. You always say go big or go home. Yeah? Why aren't you looking at the Gen Y hitches? So we're going to take you over the Gen Y hitches. But anyway, this is a lot of Kurtz and BW balls and stuff like that. So if you're going to shuttle trailers and you're required to have load bars for your company, I would pick up one of these little small setups, because you don't want to have to impact off and impact on to your load bars. Just take that head off, put one of these on, then you could flip it and just hook and book and make a lot of money fast.
Right, because we ran into somebody that was in front of a auto parts store, and he could not get,
because he was
shuttling and he could not get the nut to break.
He couldn't get a socket big enough. So
No.
And he was borrowing one from the mechanic shop, and they, I don't think, even had one big enough, because they're pretty big nuts holding the balls on.
All right, we're in high school.
So we're going to take you over here and show you the Gen Y display. So you see this display. This is BW, this is Kurt, you got the aluminum ones. So you got all 3 of them right here. They got one set up just for Gen Y and nothing but Gen Y. And it starts here and goes all the way around the corner, and they even got a section over there. That's how popular Gen Ys are.
Yes.
All right,
You'll
so
see why.
Let's go over here. Now we're in my section.
You are, and I'm not going to pick one of these up and pose with it. And I'm not going to stand behind it and have one fall on my head.
So this is the Gen Y section here, and we might do another video specifically on Gen Y and explain more of the functionality of them. But if you want to know what hitch we have this guy right here. It has 5 holes, these are class 3 hitches. Each one is a class 3 hitch. It comes with the flippable ball, and it has the that round deal that we'll never use. I think it's called a trunnion or something. Anyway, it comes with that. It has the cotter pins and the pins. I don't recommend these. I do have the lock for the receiver and for the flippable ball receiver.
Yes. Now these are solid. I don't think you can get any more solid than these are. Like I said, we're not going to pose with one because we have not ate our Wheaties today.
Right, and if you look at them all, Bunny wanted me to lift that one. She wants me to pop a hernia. But when the guy brought this one out on a dolly, I was getting ready to come over and offer to help him lift it on the truck when I saw him busting a gut trying to get it on, and I just went, whoa. I mean,
Now, what's great though is when you go to back into a trailer and you're not quite level and your trailer is pitched like this, guess what? You just got to move this down or up.
yes. So one of the reasons why we're big Gen Y believers is they do have an adapter, and it's somewhere around, oh, it's right behind Bunny. And that is for your weight. That's even heavy.
That's even heavy. See?
So that's for your weight distribution head. Bunny did a picture. I'll find that picture. And that slides in here, and then your weight distribution bars mounts to that, to this, to your truck. So there is a complete setup. With the other setups we're showing you, I don't think that they could be mounted where you can go up and down with the weight distribution. And we have the Boss torsion hitch. You don't have to have a torsion hitch. You could just get one of the ones that have the slots to put the weight distribution hitch in. I'm a firm believer is when you have a truck and the trailer's tilted up, I believe there's a lot of tongue weight on that. Don't take my 34 years of experience pulling trailers as anything of authority. I just don't think it's safe. And you'll hear people all day long saying how safe it is and this and that. You know what? If you're good with that, go with it. I prefer my trailer, my truck to be perfectly level, so that way I don't get tail swing and I have proper load leveling.
Well, and by switching over to the Gen Y, it's really putting a lot more mileage on our tires.
Yes, before, now that's with the torsion hitch now.
Yes.
With the solid hitch, when that trailer bounces, it's going to push your truck up and down, and it's going to put wear spots on your rear tires. A lot of people go, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And it's true that it will do that. The torsion, on the other hand, as you're going down the road, and watch our Gen Y video, when the truck and trailer go up and down, truck stops and goes level, the trailer you can watch in your rearview mirror going up and down. That's pretty badass.
Yes. Yeah, and following behind, I can definitely see it.
Yes. So we're probably at the most popular part of the store for everybody else.
Yes, I know all about triangles.
You don't know nothing about triangles. I'm the one that's been setting them up.
I use my triangles a lot more than Tom does.
She does. I've never used my triangles, but Bunny doing drive-away, she's had to use her triangles 4 different times.
Yes.
But you will need fire extinguisher in your TowAway. The driveaways all come with fire extinguishers, so you don't need that. But if you're going to do single haul, multi-haul, or haul and tow, you have to have a fire extinguisher. You will have to have a set of triangles. They have the batteries that mount on the frame, and they also have the marine battery. We suggest getting the marine battery. There's a lot of debate with me on this. Get whatever you're comfortable with. I choose to get the marine battery because I unhook my 7-way when I go to a dealer, so when they pull the slides out and put the slides in, awning, the trailer jack, I'm not surging my $500 truck batteries. And the pricing is right here. So it's everything from like $25 to $110. So, and the battery, that includes the core charge here. So if you don't have a core, then this is what it is. I don't think they do cores here.
No. So it makes it simple. It is definitely, you can get everything that you need here. So if you're just starting out, definitely give them a call. Come in here and you can pick up all of this other stuff. We actually had priced it out on Amazon before when we first started, and we can get it for the same price here. So get it all in one bundle.
Absolutely. So we're going to take you to, I mean, these rows have all your pins, your locking devices, chains, hooks, more stingers, more balls. You name it, it's in the rows. We're not going to show you every little thing. We're showing you more on what you would need for RV transport. So we're going to take you to one more end cap here. All right, so we're back. This is the final end cap we're going to show you. But when I was talking about the bays or the rows and everything, one of the things that you'll find on the rows that is useful is, I was just looking at it. I have one of these. We have a toolbox in the bed of our truck, and where the 7-way is in the bed of the truck. When you open your toolbox, if you're plugged directly into the trailer, it'll hit, so you got to unplug the trailer. I put the 45-degree angle in there so I can open my toolbox, and it just creates a little pigtail for hooking up your 5th-wheel trailers. If you do the Gen Y hitch, this won't work. You'll need a straight one, but you'll need a 2-3 foot extension because probably about 20% of the trailers will need, they don't come with long enough cables. So think of that, and let me put this back.
And even if you don't need it per se, there might be a chance that sometimes that if it came off the assembly line and it was just a little bit too short.
So you just got to get it from point A to point B. Let the dealership worry about it. When they sell it, they'll talk to the customer and explain it there. And in here is all your padlocks for everything you'll need under the sun. But one of the ones that I like is the Roadmaster locks. I actually got 4 of them, two for the pins of the trailer and for each truck, and 2 for the 5th wheel hitches, all keyed alike. The reason why I like this lock over, say, this lock, that lock, is when you connect the trailer, you can run the 7-way wire through here, your breakaway, and lock your trailer tongue to your ball. But I like the big key. I don't like the little tiny keys that come with the other ones. I like something because when it's dark, or it just goes in a lot easier and
a little bit easier to handle.
A little easier.
But you've got even the road flares. There is a lot of controversy on the road flares. Some companies say that you can use them, but if you actually look in the book, you have to have triangles.
You can use the road flares in conjunction with the triangles, but you cannot use these as your triangles. The only thing they'll allow for replacements of triangles, believe it or not, this little set here is from the 50s. Mm-hmm. It is actual oil lanterns,
smudge pots
for road cars. My dad had these in his garage for probably 40 years, 50 years.
From the 50s.
From 70 years. Yeah. So anyway, he gave these to Dan's Hitch, and they put them down here as kind of a display. So that's kind of cool. And with that, that's kind of your Dan's Hitch in a whirlwind. I know this is a long video tour.
And also really, really quick too. I mean, if you're needing airbags, they do airbags. They do spray and bed liners. We're going to take you out and show you a custom bumper they are actually building specifically for a customer. Yes, and also too, if you need your WeatherTech items, so your window coverings, your floorboards, any of that, they do sell the WeatherTechs here, and they have most everything in stock for your truck.
That's the nice thing. Dan's Hitch, it might look small in here, but the building goes for days, all directions, and they just have inventory after inventory after inventory. If they have to special order something, it might be a popular item, but they have had pretty much everything we've needed in stock when we needed it at the time we needed it. All right, so we said we'd show you some of the custom work that Dan's Hitch does. This, Ryan was just explaining to me why this is here. And can you tell why that is like that?
In case they hit a moose?
No, because the guy wants his Ford emblem showing.
Oh, nice.
So he has his Ford emblem, so obviously he's a very proud Ford driver, which is great. But what they did was they built this specifically because of that Ford emblem. But at Dan's, I'm not gonna touch it because they painted it, but they're gonna put accent lighting to light up the Ford emblem so when he's driving down the road. And the reason why this is cut out is because on the front of the Ford emblem there's a camera. So they thought of everything.
And so you learn something new every day.
You learn something new. There's a set for a winch in there. It's all gonna be deer proof. I think if a deer hits this, nothing's going to happen.
No.
I don't think it'll bend.
Okay, so one final thing out here is kind of like the boneyard. So if you come in here and you're on a budget and you really need something but you just can't afford brand new, they do have used equipment. They, you know, it could be, they could have a lot, they could have a little, they may not have any, but there's always a different option. Obviously here some of this stuff is well used, or there might be an issue with it. They do have other stuff inside, but I mean, just say for instance this toolbox. The only thing that we could really tell on this toolbox would be a new
shock absorber.
New shock absorber. So, you know, something like that. Hey, that's an easy fix.
The rest of the toolbox is in perfect shape.
Yes. So definitely, they have everything that you need, everything that you think that you would want, and more. So definitely come on down, come check out Dan's Hitch, and tell them we sent you. And with that, we'll see you down the road.